Gaurav has spent his college years building a mountain of high ambitions, but his actual record is a series of failed exams. His days follow a predictable loop. When faced with the friction of a difficult textbook, he retreats into the frictionless comfort of scrolling short-form videos or meeting friends to escape the stress of his workload. He manages this cognitive dissonance by telling himself a comforting lie, that there is always a later, and that his future self will somehow have more time and more discipline than he has right now. While he waits for that future version of himself to arrive, his classmates are moving forward. They are hitting the milestones he only dreams about, leaving him further behind with every passing semester. Every time he chooses digital comfort over academic effort, he widens the gap between the person he is and the person he wants to be. It's a compounding loss that he is only beginning to feel. Driven by a mounting sense of failure, Gaurav finally seeks out a wise elder in his city, finding him mid-meditation beneath a tree. He doesn't ask for platitudes, he asks for a strategy, a way to stop the bleeding and finally catch up to the peers who are outperforming him. The elder points to a fundamental misunderstanding of resources. Most people treat time like money, something you can spend now and earn back later. But time is a non-renewable asset. It only moves in one direction, down. To bridge the gap between this theory and Gaurav's reality, the mentor reaches for an ancient fable, a story designed to strip away excuses by introducing absolute life-or-death stakes. The story begins with a man trapped in deep poverty, not because of a lack of talent, but because of a total lack of initiative. He spends his hours complaining about his circumstances, blaming the economy, his neighbors, and bad luck for the fact that he has no job and no respect. The local king, hearing his complaints, offers him a deal that sounds too good to be true. The man can enter the royal treasury and carry away as much gold and silver as his physical strength allows. But the offer has a hard limit. The treasury doors lock at sunset. The math is simple. This highlighted window of opportunity shrinks with every breath he takes. Infinite wealth on one side and the rapidly disappearing sun on the other. This ultimatum removes every one of the man's usual excuses. His poverty is no longer a matter of bad luck. His future now depends entirely on whether he can move faster than the sun. Instead of sprinting toward the palace, the man walks home first. He tells himself he needs a full stomach to carry the heavy gold, and he waits while his wife prepares a meal. He eats slowly, savoring the food. He behaves as if his reservoir of time is infinite, ignoring the sun halfway through its arc. After the meal, the lethargy sets in. He decides a quick 30-minute nap will give him the energy he needs to carry more treasure. That nap lasts 2 hours. When he finally heads out, the afternoon heat is punishing. He spots a tree with a cool breeze and tells himself that 5 minutes of shade will make the final leg of the journey faster. He yields to the environment once again. The breeze is too comfortable, the shade is too inviting, and he falls into a deep sleep that lasts 4 hours. The elder stops the story to look at Gaurav. He makes the connection clear. The man's breezy tree is no different than Gaurav's phone screen. Both are traps that trade a lifetime of potential for a few minutes of temporary comfort. The man wakes up in the twilight and realizes his mistake. He sprints toward the palace, his heart pounding, only to reach the gates at the exact moment the heavy wooden doors slam shut. The sun is gone. The opportunity is dead. The gold remains inside, but it might as well be on another planet. He is left standing in the dark, realizing he traded a lifetime of security for a few hours of comfortable shade. Back in the present, Gaurav sits in silence. He looks at the phone in his hand and sees the shadow of the man sleeping under the tree. He recognizes that every notification he chases is a sunset he's ignoring. The shift isn't easy. He spends the next few weeks fighting the physical urge to retreat into his old habits. There are afternoons where he stares at a textbook for an hour before a single sentence makes sense, but he refuses to reach for the distraction. This incremental discipline starts to pay off. His grades don't just improve, they stabilize. By the end of the semester, he has transformed from a student on the verge of dropping out into a consistent, high-performing leader in his class.
Time is the only capital you cannot earn back. Every moment you spend delaying the work is a willful choice to leave your future self standing outside a locked door.